The new A-League men's season is upon us. Tonight, the curtain is raised on an 18th A-League men's campaign. 4 months after Western United stunned the Australian football community to lift the first championship in their short history. Today, in a grand final rematch no less, John Aloisi's side put their title back in play against the side they dethroned. Melbourne City, champions in 2021 and premiers the last 2 seasons. There is plenty up for grabs this evening. It's the opening match of the campaign. And these 2 sides know how important making a positive start really is. Let's have a look at our starting lineups then. For Patrick Kisnorbo and Melbourne City, a 4-3-3 formation, and plenty of changes as well from the side that played the grand final. 2 new faces in the Finn, Thomas Lamb in the centre of defence, Kosovo international Valon Berisha, and there's a 3rd new signing, Dutchman Richard van der Ven on the bench. Aidan O'Neill, who missed the grand final through injury, returns in the centre of defence. And let's have a look then at the Western United starting 11 as well. If there were only 5 from the grand final for City, 10 of the 11 that started the grand final for John Aloisi are backing up this evening. Only Alexander Prijovic, last season's top scorer, is missing. Alessandro Diamanti is not yet fit either. On the bench, Nikolai Topor-Stanley. He is the all-time leading appearance maker with 365, and there's the new signing, that one new face in this starting 11, James Troisi, the former victory man, the former Australian Asian Cup winner with the Socceroos, and after 2 seasons with the Western Sydney Wanderers, returns to Melbourne, this time in green and black. Lights, camera, action. The 18th A-League men's season is underway. And what better way, Daniel McBreen, to start the campaign than with a grand final rematch. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. I'm not sure it's had time to cool down despite the longest pre-season in world football, because City will be boiling to try and get revenge for that. And it's straight onto the front foot with Troisi, and that's a brilliant stop by Glover, and that was almost a perfect start for Western United.
Well, you've almost put the kiss of death on them there, Robbie. They might come out red hot, but they were asleep there, and Western United almost took advantage. James Troisi would have been a wonderful way to open his account at Western United.
They'll get the fans on side pretty quickly, won't it, for a former victory boy?
Yeah, exactly. And look, he'll be looking to have a big season this year. As we see here, ball was given away and quickly played to the right. You see, just coming in late, he tries to place it in that bottom corner. Tom Glover got down well.
And for the moment, it's very much Western United, as we mentioned, with almost that identical side to the one that won the grand final 2-0 4 months ago. It was dispossessed by O'Neill. Ball over the top for McLaren. The first chance for City. McLaren looking for space to shoot. He was closed down. He didn't have any other option. Well defended, he might.
It was typical Jamie McLaren there, wasn't it? When the ball was won, he took off. It was so quick, there was no one around to help him. Tamaki Imai, in the end, did a great job to block.
It's picked off by Kilkenny. Now Jamie Young, what a season he had last year. The best save percentage in the league. Oh, it's been won by Leckie here, who shoots, and it's another save by Jamie Young. That's 1 apiece for he and Glover already inside 8 minutes.
Well, it's something that City do well, and they have done for a number of years, is they press together and they press high and with intensity. You just see there, just gets a toe in Leckie, and his first thought is he's going to drive into that box. Nice strike. Another great save from Jamie Young down to his left.
And now Jamison. Big switch of play. No foul, says the referee. Berisha looks up, looks to pick his spot. Fantastic strike, the follow-up. City have the opening goal of the A-League season despite the heroics of Jamie Young. And it's Jamie McLaren who has the opening goal of the campaign. And City are in front, 12 minutes gone.
Well, I'm sure VAR is going to have a look at this. Jamie McLaren there, he doesn't look too convinced himself. It was his first moment here as the ball was played on the Harvey Norman replay. There's contact there. For me, there's not much in that. Now, as the ball comes in, you see Berisha looks up to the edge of the box. That's a lovely strike. And do you know what? Jamie McLaren is onside for me. I think the assistant referee has got that right. He wasn't too sure himself, but look at the patience and awareness here. Finds on the edge of the box, I think it was Leckie with the strike, and Jamie McLaren does what Jamie McLaren does and poaches around that area and scores the opening goal of the season.
Well, VAR are having a look. The technique on that strike is absolutely wonderful from Matt Leckie. The brilliant save. McLaren just seeing if he's off the mark again on the opening day of the season. For us, Jamie, it looks good. I think it was Leo Lacroix keeping them all on side now. Now this is for the clash on the sideline.
This will be for where the two players came together in the initial
Berisha
ball.
and Garucho.
Yeah. Now, on my first look, I thought there wasn't too much in it. And on my look, I still think there's not too much in that. Garuccio's trying to get back. I don't think he really gets position.
Well, he's initiating the contact because he's running a diagonal
across the line of Berisha, yeah.
If anything, Berisha's holding his line. We'll see what the referee makes of this. Can't really see anything from that angle.
But if you look at the reaction of the Western United players, and I know their coach will say play to the whistle and get up, but not one of them appealed for a foul there.
And the referee saw it as well.
Yeah. First
time. Has there been anything to suggest that should turn it over? Decision overturned. Free kick for Western United. Sean Evans going and having a look, and now Valon Berisha asking the question of Garucho. He's saying it was shoulder on shoulder.
I think he just said there, my lip reading is up the scratch. Went into the back of him. If you look there, yeah, I suppose you can say it's not shoulder to shoulder. Garuccio's got across his line and he's gone into the back of him.
Albert with Berisha again. Right foot, left foot, doesn't matter for the Kosovo international as he swings that one in back post.
Well, I was just going to say before the corner that already he looks a very promising player, good signing, but you see Graham Arnold watching. He said he wanted to get in and see as many games as possible before the World Cup.
So he's got 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But they're without Prijovic, and Naboo continues to put himself about. Connor Payne wants to get involved. And they've come from everywhere. It is a Melbourne derby after all. Tempers fraying before half an hour in.
Well, we're talking about almost the exact same blade of grass as this happened last year. You can see that's what it means. No one wants to take a backward step. Good strong play from both of them there. And it's Naboo again off the ball.
Yeah.
That's what Garuccio said on the last occasion.
Kisnorbo, it's an intense watch on the sideline for him as well. Kilkenny with Lustica, dinks it over. Oh, it's a great ball for Lacroix across the face of goal, somehow missed by Lockie Wales. The flag was up for offside, and if ever there was some need of sparing blushes, the referee's assistant was right on song. And there is the offside.
He's just drifted offside, hasn't he? It's a great touch across, and it was
Glover.
Yeah, Glover's done well. He's taken it right off Lockie Wales' feet.
Towards Kilkenny. Referee allows play to continue. Wenzel Halls. Cries of handball from the Western United supporters against Gamulka. I'm not sure it was intentional.
Just watching as this first 34 minutes has passed. Wenzel Halls has been fighting pretty much on his own up there. But he'd be wishing to get that little and large combination that worked so well towards the end of last season with Prijovic out there. They seemed to get a real understanding together. It worked well, real that old school kind of combination. He's toiling hard amongst them, 2 or 3 defenders at all times, as you can see. And they're not making it easy for him.
Troisi steps over, Kilkenny delivers towards Lacroix. Oh, it's another brilliant stop from Glover. That looked like it was just squeezing inside the post. He wasn't without his critics last season, Tommy Glover. And so far in 35 minutes of this season, he's made 4 very, very important saves.
What the fuck?
Well, this is another fantastic save. This time, Lacroix times his run to perfection, and it's a lovely flick, and that is going in the bottom corner.
Which gave Western United their second straight 1-0 victory over City. First came during that difficult start to the campaign for Patrick Kisnorbo's men. Bit of a championship hangover. 2 wins in their first 7.
When you look at that, let's play out here. 2 wins in their first 7. A hard Champions League campaign away.
As Leckie just breaks onto that left-hand side, looks up, chips back post again for Naboo! Oh, and when Young is beaten, oh, but it's in surely! Oh! Berisha has fired over, but the goal counts! It's crossed the line. Berisha still can't believe he missed with the follow-up, but it didn't matter. They were denied by VAR. Their first goal of the season. 7 minutes before half-time, they've got it now. The only mystery remains, who scored?
But it was a lovely hung-up ball. You see here on the Harvey Norman replay, it's just hung up at that back post, and watch Naboo attack this. And when Jamie Young was beat, you thought they just saved it. And as the ball fell down, Lacroix just couldn't quite get rid of it. And you see there, Leckie, he just stands it up at the back post and says, go on, attack that. And just when they thought they'd got rid of it, they got in each other's way, and it just crossed the line.
I think it's crossed just before Risdon clears, so it's the header from Naboo. Young is beaten, Imai's first header, then off the crossbar from Lacroix.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably Leo Lacroix. We were just talking about the threat he provides. And I think that's an own goal against the giant Swiss defender. Garuccio and Berisha, those two still at it. Matchups all over the park. Haven't seen too much of Steven Lustica in this contest so far. He's an important player for Western United, as Wenzel Halls can't keep it in play.
Well, Lustica's found it hard to get involved in the game, as Western United have basically gone past him, and then Melbourne City have won the ball and gone straight back past him again, but 1-0 at the break.
It is an own goal from Leo Lacroix. The difference between the two sides at half-time in this season opener, the grand final rematch. A pulsating contest that has had plenty of chances at both ends for the moment. It's Melbourne City 1, Western United 0. They are ahead on the scoreboard, the Premiers, Melbourne City. They are ahead in nearly all the statistics as well, 57% possession. They made 18 crosses in the first half to just 1. There's number 2 for Western United. But Daniel McBreen, it's perhaps no surprise that that's how the goal came. There was so much pressure, it was coming from those wide positions, and in the end, Western United cracked.
Well, what Melbourne City have done well is pressing And when they win that ball high up the field, they play it quickly forward. And when you have the players like Lecky and Nabua in those wide areas looking to get forward, they have the composure. And we've seen it also from Barisha in those wide areas to pick out across as well. Just hasn't come off of them as they would have liked tonight, but they'll take an own goal and they'll look to build on that in this half. For Western United, they really need to work out how in open play they can move that ball forward as a unit. At the moment, as it goes forward, Melbourne City win everything and it seems to just keep coming back.
Well, that's a good turn, straight past Risdon, who slipped at the crucial moment. Lecky, the cutback. Oh, and then Naboo with the final effort that had all the sting taken out of it. And what was such a dangerous situation was a very simple one in the end for Jamie Young. And Western United have to be careful, very careful. Oh, McLaren has robbed Leo Lacroix of possession, and then cool as you like, just lifted the ball over the advancing Jamie Young. It's a nightmare grand final rematch for Leo Lacroix, and Melbourne City are on their way now. Inside an hour, they lead by 2-0.
Well, it's a part of his game that we don't really talk about because he's such a fine finisher. But Jamie McLaren leads this Melbourne City line with the press on time and time and time again. And on the Harvey Norman replay, we just see Leo Lacroix, he just takes his time on the ball, just pauses for a moment, and Jamie McLaren, he nips in, takes the ball off, and then we see the prowess of the finish. A lovely dink over the stranded Young. And it's something, as I said, we don't talk about this side of his game too much because he's such a prolific goal scorer. But he leads that line so well. He's the one who's the benchmark for when his teammates know when to go with him. And on this occasion, he's done it all himself. He thought he scored early in the game. Well, he gets his opener for the season.
Barisha, one over the top. Oh, now that Jamie Young, that looked very, very close to being outside his penalty box there. Very, very close indeed.
And again, he looks a little sheepish.
They're stopping to have a look at it, I think. Well, that's outside the box. He's in all sorts of trouble now. Jamie Young, no. They are having a look because that's a potential penalty call and a potential red card for the goalkeeper outside the box.
Well, it can't be a penalty, it's a handball outside the box. It could be a potential red card, couldn't it? I think he's got the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Here's a player you've been waiting to see. Marco Tilio coming into the contest. An impact player the last season. Is that going to be again the case this year?
Well, he'll be chomping at the bit to get out there. Graham Arnold in the stands. Get himself on that score sheet. Which is case for the Socceroos trip to the World Cup. Andrew Naboo, he's in a great game today. Himself about, worked hard, tirelessly down those wings, a couple of mesmerising runs, dinks to the back post, some aggressive play, attacking play. And it looks like he's spent.
There is Arnie looking on. Lecky is one of his loyal soldiers. He's had a fantastic international career, was brilliant in the A-League last year as well. Really burst onto the scene. That World Cup all those years ago now. Boss, that's a good ball and a nice turn. Lecky still going. It's opened up for Lecky, and it's a wonderful save from Jamie Young. But he just waltzed right through.
Well, you were just speaking about the quality of the man. You just see there, he just felt the defender and used his body, and then it was just running at defenders, and they kept backing off and gave him the time. With a player of his quality, you can't do that. As Leo Lacroix just ran away, and you can see Jamie Young disgusted in the way he's defend.
Gamulka's ball in. McLaren's header, and denied again by Jamie Young.
I think it was Lecky again.
Oh, Lecky, sorry, yeah. Patrick Kisnorbo. is going to get that first win against John Aloisi. They're going to stop the rot of 5 games without a win over their newest Melbourne derby rivals. Piraeus for Connor Payne. Milanovic and Troisi in the middle. Payne running at Talbot. Drives it in and it's come off Hall and behind.
And we spoke about Melbourne City missing their 2 main centre-backs. And it's been the press of the players in front of that. It hasn't really concerned them too much tonight, has it? They haven't really been tested.
Kilkenny's ball in towards Lacroix. And Lacroix again. Surely a flag for offside as Milanovic drives the ball into the back of the net. And have we spoken too soon? 3 minutes left. Everyone looking towards the referee's assistant for the flag. It looked like they were all offside when the ball came back towards Lacroix. Oh, but Berisha's keeping them on.
As that ball was played, yeah, you're right. I think it was Berisha who kept them on side.
And then Berisha got the touch that fell. I think that's a goal. I think that stands. He's played at that, playing everyone back on. Oh, Lacroix has missed it again. He's in trouble again here, Leo Lacroix. He's given it away. McLaren for Tilio. Turns inside. Denied by Jamie Young. Leckie again. And now McLaren. What a save by Jamie Young. And Jamie McLaren is screaming at Marco Tilio. Well, they may not have a third goal, but I think they've probably just about seen this one out now.
Yeah, well, it's been a night to forget for Leo Lacroix. I'm not used to seeing him perform like this, and it was one chance after the other. And it was only Jamie Young that's kept them at bay, as he has done on so many occasions over the last season or so.
Well, if they're in this contest, it's thanks to Jamie Young's saves, and he looks to get them moving quickly again. Oh, as Risdon misses it. And that might just be that. The champions defeated. Melbourne City have got their revenge on the opening day of the season. A nightmare for Leo Lacroix, an own goal to send City on their way. Caught in possession by Jamie McLaren for the second, and despite Nicholas Milanovic's late show, it proved nothing more than a consolation. Revenge exacted to a certain extent this evening. It's finished at Amy Park in the opening match of the new A-League season. Melbourne City 2, Western United 1.